I know you said you reckon you could take him out in one round.
I reckon I've got a good chance against Ngannou, yeah. I've got the power to stop him 100%.
Francis Ngannou and Joshua fight recently, March the 8th, so what were we on a couple of weeks ago from when we're recording this now, ended in a decisive victory for Joshua. What's your thoughts on the fight?
Yeah, it's what is to be expected, really. If a UFC champion comes into boxing, that's what a lot of the boxing public expected to happen, but it didn't happen a few months ago when Fury fought Ngannou. A lot of people were picking Ngannou to be beaten 1 or 2 rounds, and he actually only lost narrowly on points to Ngannou. A lot of people to Fury, and a lot of people thought Ngannou won. I personally thought Fury won by a couple of rounds, but he didn't have the best performance. So, what that has done for the heavyweight division is galvanised a bit of interest in Fury versus Joshua again now, because that contrast between the two performances shows that the gap might have narrowed between Fury and Joshua, but I'm interested no matter what to see them two fight.
I know you said you reckon you could take him out in one round.
I reckon I've got a good chance against Ngannou, yeah. I've got the power to stop him 100%.
How do you get a fight like that?
You've got to build up your profile, you've got to get a lot more fights under your belt, and you've got to have... I'm not in a position really where... And I wasn't saying that in a way to call him out, because I'm respectful of the position I'm in. I've not achieved what Ngannou's achieved in the UFC realm. I'm respectful of his journey, but... Someone just asked me, and I'm always honest. I think I've got a good chance against Ngannou, and I think the way that Joshua dealt with him shows that he's not a boxer. If I went into the UFC cage, it'd be a different story, but he's not a boxer, and I am, and I can punch as hard as most people out there, and if I land on his chin, he'll probably go down as well. Just as like if Ngannou landed on my chin, there's a good chance he goes down, but... yeah, I'll always be honest, and I'll always back myself.
Just before we start recording, we were just talking about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these crossover fights now, and whilst some people will say, well, it's not professional boxing. I mean, these guys are still training hard and putting themselves
Definitely.
in uncomfortable positions. I mean, what's your thoughts on that stuff?
My thoughts is you separate the YouTuber entertainment side of it, and that's entertainment, and then you've got conventional boxing. It doesn't mean that professional boxers can't learn from the way that these guys market themselves and put themselves out there and show their personalities, and fair play to them. They're training, as we said off camera, they're training as hard as anyone. You see KSI training, Jake Paul training, Mike Tyson training, nearly 60 years old. Fair play to them, and they're earning great money. And yes, sometimes I look at some of the other guys on the undercard and I cringe, and I'm not a fan of it, but who am I to knock someone trying to earn a bit of money? If they're trying to earn money, fair play to them.
I mean, I guess the takeaway, because so we can look at any situation and learn from it rather than hate on it, is yes, someone may be the better boxer, but these guys have the better brand, and
exactly.
And it shows the importance of skill is one thing, but ultimately brand and distribution is everything.
And I don't like talking about it in a business sense like that, but it is true. Like, they're just they know how to work the crowd. From my perspective, I'm not trying to manipulate or work the crowd. I'm just trying to be my authentic self. And I think if a lot more boxers put their personality out there a little bit more, people will be a little bit more interested, And these guys definitely know how to put on a show, and we can learn something from it. And as you said, too many people in the world try and hate on other people, especially in the world of social media. If there's people over there making money and they're feeding their families and making a better life for themselves, who am I to judge?